Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to talk about Don Cheadle. Is that how you pronounce his last name? He was on Saturday Night Live, and he wore a Protect Trans Kids t-shirt. And I was on some of the blogs, and I was reading some of the comments, and I was like, you know what? These people are ignorant. Let me just say something. I remember a time not too long ago when um, the whole Black Lives Matter hashtag movement started. Remember? And you remember when we would put hashtag Black Lives Matter, and then all of a sudden, you had some black people who were saying, no, it's not Black Lives Matter, it's all lives matter. But you had some black people, you had white people saying hashtag all lives matter. Hashtag blue lives matters. Talking about the cops and stuff. And then we have to explain to them that we understand that all lives matter. We understand that blue lives matter. But at this moment, right now, we're talking about black lives. Okay? It has nothing to do with other people that exist, that they don't matter, because they do. And it's just like someone said, it's like you going to a marathon for HIV and yelling and screaming, breast cancer matters too. We know breast cancer matters. We know that breast cancer lives matter, but right now we're talking about HIV lives. So when I see these comments online, and mostly from black people, sadly, but I don't expect anything differently. I don't. And it's, all kids matter. Black kids matter. We know all of that. But the same way that y'all was telling white people that we understand that white lives matter and all lives matter, we're talking about black lives right now, we understand that all kids matter. But right now, we're talking about trans kids. That's what we're talking about at this moment. At this moment, we're talking about trans kids. We can talk about the other kids tomorrow. But right now on Saturday Night Live, we're talking about trans kids. So I don't get how some of y'all don't get that y'all pretty much do the same shit to gay people, to trans people, black people. You do this to black people, you do this to trans people, gay people, people that you don't understand. The same way that you scream, kick, yell about not receiving understanding, acknowledgement, respect from white people, you turn around and do the same thing to other people. Believe it or not, black people, I have a message for you. Black people, black straight people, you are not the only group of people that go through shit, okay? You're not. And if you really want to break it down, all the way down, speaking from my experience, dealing with people, most of the issues, most of the shit that I had to go through for being gay didn't come from white people. It came from niggas. And that's true tea. So if Don wants to wear a shirt that says protect trans kids and he wants to start a conversation, then let him. You don't have to be a part of the conversation. Just shut the fuck up. A lot of y'all get sexuality and gender confused. Sexuality and gender, sweetie, are not the same thing. My gender is male. My sexuality is gay. Has nothing to do with the other. Oh, all they trying to do is confuse these kids. All they trying to do is confuse these kids. Ain't nobody trying to confuse nobody. No, all you're trying to do is confuse your kids. Let me say something about straight people. Shout out to all the straight people. You confuse your kids more than anybody. You know why you confuse your kids? Because you push your kids into a direction that they probably don't want to go into anyways. You know how like when you say, Oh, what girl you talking to at school? You got a girlfriend, Lil Pookie? And Lil Pookie ain't got no girlfriend because he's looking at the little boys at school? But see, you don't want to ask him that. So at that point, that's when they start to get confused. Because you're pushing them into the direction of girls when they really are into boys. I'm not all things trans. I'm not. Hell, I'm not all things gay. I'm not trans. I've never wanted to be trans. I don't feel the need to be trans. Y'all think that gay and trans is the same thing, and that's another thing that's not the same. I used to be the same way too. I was so insecure in my sexuality, I used to read the shit out of gays. I used to damn sure read the shit out of trans. Until I realized, I woke up one day and I was like, you know what? Girl, you gay. You need to deal with it. You gay, and you ain't got no business going around here putting down other people because you can't deal with the shit that's going on in your life. It's not right. And just because you don't understand something, just because you refuse to understand stuff, because I saw a lot of stuff, a lot of things online, you know, sexuality and gender and don't at me. Because you don't want nobody to check your ignorance. That's why. Some of y'all don't mind going on unchecked. Don't mind living in a world that just does not exist. Living in lies. Y'all sit here and y'all complain. This is what I see. And I'm talking about gays and trans. If your son comes to you and says, oh, I want to take Tiffany out on a date, you don't fuss and cuss. You don't say nothing about, oh, what you know about sexuality. You don't say none of that. It's, oh my God, my little man is growing up. Oh, he got a little girlfriend. But if your son come to you and say, I want to take David out on the date, it's, what you know about sexuality? You don't know nothing about that. What you know about that? Gonna sound like a song. What you know? What song was that? What you know about that? What you know about that? Oh, that was on some more. Oh, that's some more DVD. I just forgot that she had a joke on there about that. Was that some more? Anyway, you see what I'm saying? Like, look, I know it can be confusing when you hear someone say they were born in a different body. I don't feel like I was born in a different body. But at the end of the day, if you tell me you think you a woman, then bitch, you a woman, ho. Okay. Girl, what's your name? You don't want to be called Rodney no more? Okay, what's your name, girl? Your name is Tiffany? Okay, well, Tiffany it is, girl. Hey, Tiffany, girl, how you doing? You ain't got to understand something to just show respect. And I can say this for God honest truth. As much as I despised gay people, and I was one of them, trans people, I never disrespected people. Ever. Even when I used to work at Ace Cash Express, I'm going to tell a story about this one day. Even when I worked at Ace Cash Express, you know how many trans girls used to come in my store, add money, because they were sex workers. I soon found out, because I was like, why these girls come in here with all these 1s and 20s and 10s and 5s, and they upload $200, $300 to their net spend card. Trans, I used to work at the Ace Cash Express on Richmond and South Shepherd. It closed down. But anybody in Houston that knows that area, that's like close to the Montrose area, those girls used to come in there all the time, upload money to their card. I never, even though I was like, I don't want to be y'all friend, but when I came in, I was never disrespectful. I was never disrespectful. Not because I was at work, but because that's just not me. I don't have to understand something to show you respect. So just because you don't understand trans kids or what they may go through, you don't have to get online bashing kids, talking shit that you don't know, refusing to even try to understand what people go through. I'm still drinking on this same goddamn water. I'm trying. Anyways, that's all I have to say. And then somebody gonna say it was people in the comments talking about how they no longer will support Don Cheadle. Why? What? You will no longer support him because he wore a Protect Trans shirt? Are you fucking serious? It's not like, I could understand if he was selling dope to the community like a lot of y'all favorite rappers did. I could see if he was hitting a bitch upside her head, knocking somebody's teeth out like some of y'all favorite rappers still do. I could see if he was out here raping little girls, having sex cults like some of y'all favorite singers still do. I could see if he was sending out messages on Twitter calling black women black bitches. That ain't shit, like some of y'all favorite rappers still do. This man said protect trans kids, and because he said protect trans kids, you say you're not going to show him support? You're not going to show him support because he want to show support to another community? Are you fucking serious? I'm done. At the end of the day, like I said, it don't cost nothing to show nobody respect. You ain't got to understand it to respect people. Point blank, period. The same way that black people scream, yell, and beat the streets talking about they want understanding and respect from white people, you should give it. But we all know black people don't work like that. I'm done. Bye, y'all.